Céline Dion, one of the most iconic voices in music, has sung her way into the hearts of millions. With over 200 million records sold, she performed for presidents, royalty, and captivated stadiums with her voice that transcended boundaries. But behind the success, there is a story that few know, one of poverty, public scrutiny, personal sacrifice, and a rare disease that threatened to silence the very voice that made her famous. This is the untold story of Céline Dion, the woman who overcame everything fame could not prepare her for, and the price she paid to continue singing. The humble beginnings in Charlemagne, Quebec. Born on March 30th, 1968 in Charlemagne, Quebec, Céline Dion entered the world as the 14th child in a family struggling to survive. The Dion household was modest, with 14 children and only one salary to support them. Despite the challenges, Céline's parents, TZ and Adma Dion, instilled a deep sense of music in their children. Music was not merely entertainment for them, it was a way of coping, celebrating, and connecting. Adma played the accordion and TZ sang, while the older siblings composed and harmonized. Celine, at just 5 years old, was already captivated by the power of music, and she sang on the kitchen table for her family. This moment marked the beginning of her journey into music, one that would take her far from Charlemagne. A childhood shaped by music and poverty, Celine's childhood was one of both hardship and beauty. The Dion family struggled to make ends meet, and there were times when the cupboard was nearly empty. TZ often fed the children first, sacrificing her own needs for their well-being. In such a challenging environment, music became the language of survival. Celine's love for music was not born in luxury or comfort, but out of necessity and a desire to feel seen and heard. The Dion home, though poor, was rich with the sound of music. Celine learned early on that a song could carry you beyond life's struggles, and that understanding became her guiding force. A breakthrough at 12, a dream in the making. At the age of 12, Céline Dion began her professional journey. It was her mother, TZ, who took the initiative and wrote a song for Celine titled "It Was Only a Dream." With a homemade demo tape, she sent it to René, a respected music manager in Quebec. Initially, René almost discarded the demo, but something about Celine's voice made him play it again and again. When he met her, he found a skinny 12-year-old girl, singing with the kind of intensity and maturity that moved him to tears. It was then that he decided to sign her. But he did more than just sign her. He mortgaged his own house to finance her first album. This act of belief changed both of their lives forever. The making of an artist, transformation and sacrifice. With René's unwavering belief in her talent, Céline Dion's career began to take shape. While her French-language albums were gaining traction in Quebec, René understood that the next step was international success. He saw that Céline needed a transformation not in her talent, which was already extraordinary, but in her public image. Over time, her appearance was refined, dental work, better styling, and most importantly, lessons in English to prepare her for a broader audience. Celine embraced the transformation, understanding that it was not about erasing her authenticity, but preparing her for a much larger stage. She later reflected that René believed in her before she believed in herself, a belief that shaped everything she became. The English language breakthrough. Unison and beyond. Following her Eurovision victory, Céline Dion's English language albums began to make waves internationally. Her album Unison, 1990, marked the beginning of her global journey. But it was The Color of My Love, 1993, that propelled her into superstardom. Songs like The Power of Love reached #1 in the US, solidifying her place as a leading figure in the music world. She was no longer just a Canadian star, she was a global sensation. Critics who had dismissed her earlier were forced to reckon with her undeniable talent. Céline Dion was not just another pop star, she was an artist whose voice transcended genres, connecting with listeners on a deeply emotional level. Titanic and the iconic ballad, My Heart Will Go On. The year 1997 was a defining moment in Céline Dion's career. Her song, My Heart Will Go On, was chosen as the theme for James Cameron's Titanic, which was already a highly anticipated film. Cameron, initially hesitant about having a traditional ballad for the movie, sent the demo of the song to René. Celine recorded the song in a single take, capturing the raw emotion and intimacy of the moment. The result was a timeless anthem that became inescapable across the world. My Heart Will Go On, played in elevators, shopping centers, weddings, and funerals. It became a soundtrack to the human experience. Céline Dion did not just become famous. She became a cultural touchstone, a voice that millions identified with and shared a personal connection to. The struggle behind the success, René's illness. At the height of her success, Céline Dion's personal life took a painful turn. In 1998, René was diagnosed with a rare illness that would slowly deteriorate his health. The man who had mortgaged his house for her career, who had believed in her when no one else did, was now fighting a battle that no one could prepare for. The disease that would eventually take René's life left Selena facing an uncertain future. Despite the overwhelming personal grief, Céline continued her career, drawing strength from the love she shared with René and the belief that music was her calling. She continued to sing not just for herself, but for him, carrying their shared dream forward. A legacy built on love, loss, and resilience. Céline Dion's story is one of perseverance, love, and resilience. From her humble beginnings in Charlemagne to her rise as one of the most successful artists of all time, she has faced challenges that few could imagine. The world saw her voice as a gift, but behind that voice was a woman who had to fight for everything she achieved. She survived the scrutiny of fame, the hardships of loss, and the pressures of the industry, all while continuing to sing with passion and authenticity. Today, Celine's legacy is not just about her voice. It's about the love, sacrifices, and the relentless spirit that propelled her to greatness.